a small update to my tutorial how to use pressure sensitive buttons in PCSX2 by using a Dualshock 3 controller. This tutorial is related to using an original PS3 Dualshock, not aftermarket, not third party, not fake ones. The author Nefarious says it's any other controller than the original one are not supported and they will not work or probably not working. Anyway, so if you have an original DualShock 3 to the hand, like I do, mine is a CEC HZC2E revision 8.1, which is currently powered off and already paired to my system. If you have an original DualShock 3 to the hand or by the hand, this is the tutorial for you if you want to use the pressure sensitive buttons in PCSX2 with a Qt graphical user interface. So you need to download the BTH-PS3 Bluetooth drivers. You only need these drivers if you want to use your controller with Bluetooth, which you should do. If you want to use your controller with an USB cable plugged into your computer, then you do not need this program. You only have to use the DSHID mini program, and in my case I want to use Bluetooth. You have to download this driver, install, reboot your system, and right after that you have to install the DSHID mini program, which is straightforward and well documented on the Nefarious wiki. Go all the way through the instructions right to this point. Here you can download the control app, and right after installing the DSHID mini and the BTH PS3 programs, launch the control app, plug in your PS3 controller via USB at least once. Right after this step, you can use the controller without the cable, but it's necessary to pair your controller via USB cable for at least once. My controller is already paired. I press the PS button in the middle of the controller now, and as you can see, my controller is paired and already set up. I made a profile by myself. The default profile is X input. X input translates the controller buttons to regular X input commands. You can use the controller in any game which supports X input, but PCSX2 supports X input, but not pressure sensitive buttons when you're using this API. So set up your own profile. Mine is named Frank. You can press plus new profile and set up the options right here. In my case, I added my existing profile, and the only thing I have changed is the HID emulation mode, which is necessary for PCSX2. Set it to SXS and leave everything else default. Save changes. Reconnect them now. Controller will be disconnected. Press the PS button. Controller will be connected. A warning. So what's the problem here? Power off and power on. So now I have a warning. Anyway. In PCSX2, go to Controllers, global settings enable SDL input source. This option is not needed. This option is checked by default. You can uncheck this if you want to. Your controller should be listed here. If not, then you have to check your setup, go the way through the setup process by installing the programs, or check the controller in the devices part of the control app, and leave every other option here by default. And it's important to, if you already have mapped your controller, manual, clear the mapping. Every option should be empty, and do automatic mapping. Do not configure your controller by manual. That will be, this is not working. You can only use the automatic mapping. This is mentioned in the PCSX2 wiki, and use automatic mapping and you're good to go. Go to close, and this is a custom PCSX2 build. I think current versions will be working too. This is a build with parallelGS, and a more recent version than my last tutorial, which has some pretty nice CRT settings. You can use, as mentioned here, phosphor color primaries, phosphor gamma, and some aging or decay mode, which corresponds to black insertion mode. And you can configure the aperture grill and the post processing, and so on and so on. A really great way to play PS2 games. And now I show the final setup of the pressure sensitive buttons with Metal Gear Solid 2. Controller is connected. And there is currently no audio because of my voice record. I have to disable the audio within PCSX2. And I think the process for setting up the controller and the pressure sensitive button is way more straightforward than the old tutorial. Old game. Sorry. And here we go. Whoop. And as you can see here, it's really simple. This is a hard press, and slowly remove thumb from the square button, or press slightly onto it. Same with the coolant. You can see soft press, hard, soft press, hard press, soft press, hard press. And this is so cool. So anyway, click the dock tag, and that's all. Sorry for my really, really, really bad English. Bye bye.